That's all we got.
Who have we seen this morning so far?
Me.
Yeah. Okay. Good to see y'all again. Good to see the rest of you. I hit a like a brick shit wall of jet lag about an hour ago, and now I'm like feeling it. I'm back. I'm back. I'm alive.
Oh, great.
All right. Well, good morning. Let's people are standing up, so let's say hey. Where we going? Hi. You have a hand. Oh, you're in the dark. Find your light.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Had enough coffee yet?
Yeah. So I start pacing, you'll know why.
Well, first I want to say I want to see you soon on Hot Ones.
We've been trying for years.
Really?
I met him in the green room of a UFC fight in Vegas, and I was like, dude, I'm a big fan. He's like, I'm a big fan too. I was like, well then what the fuck? Like, let's do it. Yeah, I'm back. Would you do it?
My question though was, all-time favorite director and why?
Jensen would love to answer this first. All-time favorite.
I don't know, that's a tough one. There's a good 3, 4, or 5 that it would be hard to kind of rank those above or below. I'll pick one because I think that I think I had the most time working with him as him as a director. He's an actor, and also he was also responsible for the other guys coming up in the industry. So the other directors that are in that top 5, he was their mentor, and so he's kind of the patriarch of a lot of Supernatural, and that would be Bob Singer. You know, he was the parent on set. He was the big papa and the El Jefe, as some people call him, and he really was a mentor to almost that entire production, from us to the crew to other directors that would come through, and everyone just held him in the highest regard and had the utmost respect for him. And I learned so much from him. He wasn't a teacher in the traditional sense. He wouldn't sit you down and say, these are things you need to look out for. These are things. This is wisdom that I've learned that I want to pass on. It was just his way of being that you just learned from. And so I think that as a director, because that was his role, but more as just somebody that I learned from for 15 years, it'd be hard not to say Bob Singer.
I agree, totally. And to his point,
that's the easy way out. Yeah, what he said.
Thank you. No, I think I had time to think about it while he was answering, and totally true. Like there are probably 5 or 6 directors that if I were to get, like, he has 35 jobs currently and 48 shows that he's the lead of. But I'm not really working right now. I mean, other than in Toronto, all the boys. To that point, like Phil Segrisha, and I love Nina Lopez Corrado, and I love, rest in peace, Kim Manners, and rest in peace, Charles Beeson, yes. John Showalter. Each director brings out something different, and so I will say with a TV show like Supernatural that goes for 9 months, like somebody like Phil Segrisha, he started out as an editor, and so he wants as much as possible. And to his credit, like when you're shooting with Phil, you can just try out whatever you want. And Phil is infamous for Eye of the Tiger. You know, he's just like, let the cameras roll, let's see what happens. And then he gets on the friggin' Impala and starts playing the leg guitar. You know, not a lot of directors would have kept the cameras rolling, so he may have still done the same thing, but we wouldn't have been able to share it with the world. And then there's some directors, I worked with a guy named Steve Robin on Walker, and he's but he's like a family first guy. Like if someone's having something happening at home, he's like, we'll figure it out, like family first, like we're playing pretend. So there's so many, it'd be difficult, but I've learned a lot from, you know, Bob and Kim and Steve and Phil. There's so many. That's a great question. I never really thought about that. But thank you.
I'm Josefina, and you're so welcome to Sweden at any point.
I've been to Sweden. I went to Stockholm.
When?
I went last summer?
Yeah.
I went to the ABBA Museum.
So they're like, yes, you went last summer. I have it here in my journal.
Are you said Josefina?
Josefina.
Josefina, nice to meet you. I'll come visit your country. I had the meatballs, like in Stockholm.
Sorry, meatballs what?
So I had...
Let's not talk about your meatballs right now. Thank you, Josefina.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm reading it because otherwise it won't come out. My question for you guys, more of an advice request for everyone that can relate with that, such as myself. Focusing on the development of your work along the years, not just as Sam and Dean, but your careers, is how to thrive through the difficulties and the problems that we can find along the way, not just in the cinematographic industry, but in the development of all jobs, not allowing it to become like the biggest part of our lives.
Just an easy one for you. Why don't you take that one?
I'm interested to clarify how to rephrase, to make sure I understand correctly. You mean how to focus on like a work-life balance, or?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Thank you for that question. I certainly don't know. I think something I realized early on, it's funny because now, and I keep saying this, I'm 42, been doing this since I was 17, and for a long time, I was always the youngest person in the room. My friends were all older, I was the youngest guy on set, I was the little brother, I was this, I was that. And it feels like, or it felt like, still at times feels like, it felt like, okay, I'm gonna do this so that I can live my life someday. You know, I'm gonna save up some money and build a career so that I can sit on a porch and have a glass of wine, a cigar, and whatever. And then at some point in time, somebody said this to me. They were like, "Don't wait for life. Life is right now." Like, it's the. As a matter of fact, I woke up this morning and my buddy sent me a clip of Rocky, of Apollo Creed going, "There ain't no tomorrow. There ain't no tomorrow." And it was like a motivational scene, but it's kind of true, right? Like, just don't wait for life to happen. This is life, you know? So whether it's your career, and so I don't have a big quantity of time I can spend with my kids, with my wife, with my friends, with whatever, so I just try and increase the quality as much as I can of everything I do. It's tiring, for sure, but it's rewarding beyond measure. So just remember that you're like, don't wait for life, live it now. Tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah, it's similar.
Oh, great.
Yeah, what he said. No, it is an important question because a lot of people can get lost with either or. You know, they can get so involved in their personal life that their work suffers, or they get so involved with work that their personal life suffers. And it is a delicate balance. You know, I have found that I'm fortunate enough to, my work is something that I truly love, and so I don't necessarily view it as work all the time. If I step back and look at it from a macro lens, it is an artistic kind of expression. So I get to go and I get to do this thing that allows me to flex my, those personal muscles and that artistic muscles and stuff that really means something to me. And I derive a lot of joy out of being on set and collaborating with talented people and other artists. And so the only downside to that is that I can't be in two places at once, because I also love being at home with my family and with my friends, and that fills me with a lot of joy as well. So, like Jared said, I think it's really just being present, and whenever you're doing what you're doing, making sure that you do it because you want to do it. You're there because it means something to you, and you're getting something out of it. But there's never an easy answer for that, because there's always going to be a struggle with needing more time. And I just try to make sure that the time that I am spending doing whatever I'm doing, that I'm present and I am getting joy out of it. And that's I mean, it works for me, at least I think it does.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think to his point, to what we were talking about, part of it also, and I'll carry on, part of it also is like, reward yourself. I mean, we are aware and we're wildly appreciative that y'all have gone to work for a year to save money and dedicate time to do something fun. Like, fucking do it. Like, we're here. Like, not like, oh, I'll do it next year or whatever. Like, do it. Be here. Fuck around. Have fun. Like, have a smile. Be kind.
I would like to know, we all know what Sam and Dean think of the convention in season 5. What do you think the Sam and Dean versus from the other dimension in season 15 would think if they would be here tonight? Feel free to act it out if you want. Come on, you can do it.
The Sam and Dean in 15 were the purple suit.
The private jets.
Yeah, private jet, yeah.
And the bun.
The bun,
No whiskey,
yeah.
no beer.
Lots of buns. No beard?
No, they don't like the beer at
Oh,
first.
no shit.
But then,
I forgot.
you don't remember what to do.
What's your problem there? Yeah. That's a good question. I don't surround myself with a lot of people like Sam and Dean in Bizarro World, season 15, for a reason probably. They wouldn't, Bizarro Sam wouldn't like my outfit. He likes the high. I have that suit, by the way. I think when Supernatural ended, they were like, hey, do you want any, like props from the show or wardrobe? Like, we're never gonna use this again because I'm a weird sized guy anyways, and they made it for me, like high, what do you call it, high waters? Pants? The pants that don't go really down?
High waters?
High waters, right. And now they're like back in style. Like if you have pants that don't go to your ankle. Yeah, so maybe I should pull it out and wear it. What are you talking about?
I think the first man will also talk about fashion, so it's okay.
Fashion.
He's already there.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. I think that Bizarro Sam, can we call him that? Bizarro Sam, alternate universe Sam. He's probably a hypochondriac, so this would scare the shit out of him. He wouldn't like it at all. I think the Bizarro Dean would probably say, wait a second, there's hundreds of beautiful women that want to hug me.
Thank you. Sorry, everybody. On behalf of everyone. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm really good. I'm asking the same question to everybody here, and the question is...
Should I pass the mic around?
Yeah, sure. The question is, what's the most memorable or fun gift that you got from fan?
Oh, wow.
And I hope you don't go like Misha did and creepy pictures of your houses and threads. I hope it's not that.
You said the best?
Well, I'm hoping for the best, but if you have like...
She also said, you said best or most memorable.
Yeah.
And to that I have an answer.
Let's hear it.
There was a picture we received one time. It was pre-ChatGPT, pre-AI or whatever, but it was well photoshopped. Of me and Jensen and Misha and Brock Kelly, as a matter of fact, engaged in a certain act that may have been the inspiration for Rob Bendick's character. So I don't know about the most special, but that was the most memorable. I can't get it out of my fucking mind.
That's great. So if you have anything like that, give it to him. It'll be so memorable for you. I'll say there isn't one specifically because there's been a few of them, but the ones that I've been the most interested in, I would say, has been photo albums that I have gotten from some of you that have really been like a walk through time. And there's really been some thoughtful ones put together of, you know, every convention or every job that I've had, or, you know, anything that any kind of personal photos that were put out there or something. There's just been there's some very talented people and artists and stuff amongst this fandom that have created some really brilliant things, and we've been fortunate enough to be on the receiving end of that artistry many times, and to not only appreciate the time and the effort and the skill that it took to put something together like that, but also it kind of takes us down memory lane in a beautiful way. And so I've been fortunate enough to receive a few of those in the past, and they're just a lot of fun to kind of flip through and look at all the things that we've done and how far we've come. Yeah.
And just in case this is like TikTok or Snapchat or whatever and makes it to the World Wide Web, I'd like to answer on behalf of both of us. The most special things we've ever received were like our Rolexes, our gold bars, just fiat currency, you know, Bitcoin,
I saw you saying that the moment you opened your mouth. I was like, I know where this is going.
Free cars, houses, jets.
Well, you said fiats, so.
Currency, car currency. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Afternoon.
Afternoon. Hi, my name is Shira. I was here 2 years ago. I took a picture with you as a mermaid, and I got a wonderful confession from you, Jensen, that you were actually a merman before, and that was wonderful. So thank you for that memory. And now I have
something fishy.
And now I have a game for you to play. I know that you've watched the episodes a bunch of times, and now I would like to...
No, we haven't. We have not. I have not. Have you watched every episode of Supernatural? Every single one?
I don't think everyone. I don't think I've sat and watched everyone from beginning to end, but I've probably like 98% I have.
Okay, so I'll make it easier for you. I have a list of episodes. Really? I'm going to name 5 episodes, and it's going to be a competition between you guys. Whoever knows what happened in that episode first wins a point.
I just want to just say that my long-term memory is not what it used to be, largely because it has been removed to make room for my short-term memory, which serves me in my job much greater than remembering something I did 15 years ago. He, however, is a freak of nature and has a bigger head.
As a matter of fact, he doesn't even know what his name is right now. Do it, let's do it.
Okay, question number 1, which is very important to all of us. What happened in the episode Jus In Bello?
Jus In Bello. Malik Whitfield. Yes.
We go to jail.
There's a virginal.
We go to jail. We're sitting in jail.
Yeah, they're after a virgin. Yeah, we were in a virgin or something.
Yes, very good, yes.
I do remember, that was Phil Segresha, and I do remember the outtakes from that episode, because he was trying to explain to you how to say Cialis.
Cialis.
Yeah, and we're like, how do you know? Alright, and, okay, kind of. Okay, top.
Round of applause. Good job, Joseph. Okay. Question number 2. What happened in the episode Time for a Wedding?
I get roofied and marry Becky.
Very good, puncher.
I'm over here going, there was an episode called Time for a Wedding.
Episode number 3. What happened in the episode In My Time of Dying?
Somebody died.
I died. D dies.
In what version?
D dies and goes, and oh, he's mowing the lawn. No. Just kidding. He doesn't like have a thing where like Mary and no, that's just kidding. Just making sure you're paying attention. There was a death. And it was just in time.
Is that when Dean dies or Sam dies?
Dean dies.
Should we help you?
Wait.
Okay.
Stop it! Did Eric Kripke direct that episode?
No, he did. What is it?
Shut up! I'm just working through some things. Give us a hint. What?
It's at the
Reaper.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the
Riverview Hospital?
No.
Yes. And she has yellow eyes. She can't see him, and so he's. I remember the fucking gag reel because he's moving her hand.
Wait, was this when Jeffrey? 201. Hugh Manners directed.
201.
And it was the cup drop, the coffee cup drop.
I think that's a fucking tie. Because I said Riverview, I said Tessa, the thing. We'll call it a tie.
I agree.
Yeah, tie.
Yeah. Okay, two more episodes.
Okay.
Next one, Dark Side of the Moon.
Fuck.
Pink Floyd and the Wizard of Oz. No, just kidding.
I don't know. Eric dies.
Dark Side of the Moon. What season?
Kevin.
11? 9?
You go to
heaven. Dean goes to heaven?
I go too.
We both go to heaven. We both go to heaven.
Yes.
There's a road.
And there's a moon. But it's dark.
Who dies?
We both die. We both go to heaven.
You visit each other's memories.
And right. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
But
I think the audience gets a point.
Okay.
okay, one more.
So I think we're all tied up. We have 2 ties. I have 1 win. He has 1 win.
And the audience has
tiebreaker. Here we go.
All right, last one. What are we gonna choose? Okay, so Free to Be You and Me. Ooh. That's one of my favorites.
you do never know.
It was you and me. And we were free to be. Am I close? Season 8.
No.
6.
Was that
5. 3, 2, 1, 15, 13.
Season 5.
There's too many seasons!
Was that Fight the Fairies? That wasn't Fight the Fairies.
No, it's not. One episode before the end.
I got nothing.
Oh my god.
Kane?
No, it's when you guys got mad at me.
Oh, fuck off!
Alright, so when Sam and Dean break up and
Yes,
Sam goes and have his own fictional, own adventure and then...
Oh, Sam has a fictional something?
No,
Yes, Sam is fictional!
English is not my first language! You had an adventure with hunters that caught you and tried to feed you demon blood, and Dean went with Cass, and you met... Never mind.
It sounds like 80 episodes of Supernatural.
I just love also. No, you remember it was Sam's fictional story. Fun. Okay, Ty. Ty,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much
I'm
for
a fair
playing.
What did you like? How are you?
I don't like that game.
Ty's good. I'll go with that. By the way, we are officially 0 for 5. Essentially, at the end. Anyways, hi.
Hi both of you. It's lovely to see you here again. I'm Anna. The last time I asked a question about iconic lines, and I'm going to save a little bit that for later, but I wanted to ask about executive producing. You've both been executive producers now. And I wanted to hear maybe one instance where you were pleasantly surprised about the role, even though after doing 15 years on Supernatural, and one instance where you were quite challenged and you didn't actually expect that to be so challenging.
You mean as far as, because we didn't EP Supernatural.
No, as executive producers in the work that you've done.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, got it.
Since Supernatural.
God. Okay, so having seen the industry as EPs, what we think about some of the things that happened in Supernatural.
What was one thing that kind of surprised you positively, and what was one thing that kind of surprised you negatively
As you took
as an EP?
Yeah.
Okay, positively,
Thank you, Jensen.
yeah. I'll start. I think one of the things that surprised me positively was reassuring was that there are so many things. By the time the script got to us in Vancouver Supernatural, there were fires that we could put out on set, and for a long time we didn't have an EP full time in Vancouver. We kind of were. We like a rose by end of the name would smell sweet. We were on set putting out fires. So the knowledge that if you get involved early enough, you can not, burden set with it. What surprised me negatively, and I mean this, and I say this to young actors and actresses, is finding out how silly the casting process can be. It's like, oh, person number 1 is fucking perfect for the character. Oh my God, what a performance. And you get a phone call from the studio or network like, no, they have brown hair. Like, so maybe it's like justification for myself. Honestly, like we've been through the same thing. Too tall, too short, too black, too white, too big, too small. Green eyes, blue eyes, whatever.
That must be really frustrating.
I'm sorry? It is, but it's frustrating, but also, as an actor who, I've been on 1,000 auditions, and I'm considered successful because I've booked 20 of them, going like, oh, maybe it's not all, and and he directed many episodes of Supernatural, and then we'd work with somebody a couple seasons later who was like, oh yeah, Jensen, I auditioned for whatever, and he'd say to me like, God, I remember that, and she was the best, or he was the best, but they weren't available the second Friday or something, and so you lose a role. You don't find that out as an actor, you just find out you lost the role. And so it's hard to say to somebody like, hey, you were my choice, but you're the same height as this person, or Jared's a giant.
You don't want it to get back to the person that did get the role that they weren't the choice. You know, so it's, you kind of have to cover your
the politics.
tracks.
You know, and I think we were fortunate for many years, especially on Supernatural, that we just got it and we got to pretend and make art. We didn't have to deal with the politics, and so the politics of it are unfortunately real. And you just hope that whoever you hire has the wherewithal to deal with it.
I would never want him to know that he was the second choice to play Sam.
The fourth.
And to me, they just let me choose.
And Barry Watson wasn't available. But yeah, that's kind of what I said. The negative is it's a lot more political beforehand than you realize. The positive is that you can make a difference.
At least you can be proactive before it gets
Yeah.
I'd say the positive is the collaborative aspect of it from an early standpoint. So like Jared said, when we would get the script and we would be on set, he and I would be collaborative about how to get done what in the script says that we need to get done. So we have we have a mission, and that is the script, and it is up to us and the director and the crew to figure out how to accomplish that mission. The collaborative aspect as an EP is collaborating on coming up with the mission. And so that has always been what I've enjoyed most about filmmaking and when I'm on set and stuff, is collaborating with other artists and thoughtful minds and coming up with best case scenarios, and that's just really fun. It gets that kind of team building sense that I really enjoy. The downside of executive producing is that you are dealing with people within your camp, which is maybe the other writer, the other producers, but you're also dealing with the studio, and they have a lot of opinions. You're dealing with the network, they have a lot of opinions. So you have so many cooks in the kitchen, and navigating that and making sure everybody is heard and feeling like their opinions are validated and reflected in the script is really can be difficult to do. And when people have opinions on certain things, like whether it's a storyline or whether it's a character or whether it's a casting, I will say that in the process of doing the Winchesters, the most frustrated I got and the most kind of vocal I got in my frustration was about the casting process. And I had to really, I thankfully he ended up getting the role, but they drug Drake along for quite a while without signing off on him, and it got to a point where he was doing chemistry reads like twice a week with a variety of different actresses, and thankfully Meg was our choice and she ended up getting it, but they wanted to see more. They were like, okay, that's great, but we want to see more options. And they kept asking for more options for a lot of the roles. And it was like, we had already kind of made our choice. Like, we knew who we wanted, and they just kind of kept wanting to see options and options and options and options. And finally I was like, this is ridiculous and this has got to stop.
Why do you think that was? Because when we look at Drake, we're like, this is perfect.
Yeah, well, because a lot of times there's people that there's maybe one person that's like, I don't see it. Or, I wanted a blonde hair. I had in my mind that the guy was blonde, or I had in my mind that he, was this, or was that, and so that's, and when they're the studio execs, or when they're the people that are head of production or head of this, or they do have a voice, and it should be heard, and you have to listen to them. And you don't have to agree with them, but you do have to listen. And so sometimes it was very frustrating for me to navigate those situations, and I did get a little, I finally kind of blew my top, and I've got a long fuse, as Jared will tell you, and they found me into it when they were in the casting process, and I don't know whether it was, well, it was, funny enough, when I got, we'll call it passionate about the casting process and the actors that we wanted. I think that is what tipped the scale, they said. They were like, okay, the fact that you're this passionate about these two people, gives us the confidence to go ahead and sign off on them. And I was like, thank you! So that was frustrating. But again, that's all part of it. And it was, you know, my first time doing it. I probably should have handled myself with a little more grace. And now that I know that that's what that process can be like, I'll probably attempt, you know, when I get another chance to do that, I'll have maybe a little bit more.
See, I've been telling you this for years. You just lose your temper earlier. Another lost temper. Anna, thank you so much.
You were right.
Yeah, great. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
So I was the last question at JIP last year, and I asked all of you the question, what was the dumbest way you ever injured yourself? And everyone answered except for Jensen, because he set it up perfectly and then he got cut off by the music. So hopefully it won't happen now. So please tell us your story.
How much longer do we have?
It was about chin, so that's all I know.
So the question is, have I ever gotten injured?
What's the dumbest way you ever
Oh, the
hurt
dumbest
yourself?
way
Yeah.
I've gotten
You said
injured.
something about Vancouver and your chin, and it was dark.
Oh, yeah, that probably ranks up there as one of the dumbest, if not the dumbest. It was, I was at a friend's house, and it was, yeah, it was time to go home. It was late, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go downstairs, and I think at that time it was taxi. I don't even think Uber was still, like, maybe just starting out. So I was like, I'll call a cab. I went downstairs. He was in an apartment building, and I went downstairs. It was on the street, and I was like literally just kind of like, you know, on my phone, like waiting for the cab to show up, and it was drizzling, kind of wet. So the sidewalks and everything were wet, and there was a planter, like a, you know, just like a built-up kind of brick planter with plants and stuff. It was maybe about that high, and I was just, you know, wasting time, and I thought I would just kind of just hop up on it. I didn't notice that the top of it was curved, and it was wet. And so when I jumped up on it, my foot went, and my face went. And I don't even know what, like, I guess my arm went into the dirt, and it didn't catch my face. So my chin hit the brick mortar from like a jump.
You saw the scar, right?
Oh yeah, I got a scar right there on my chin. Split me wide open, blood all over my shirt. And then the cab driver showed up, and he was like, and he left. He left. So I then had to call an ambulance. And the ambulance picked me up and took me straight to the hospital, and I got stitched up. So that was pretty stupid. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
That's it? That's all we have time for today? That's all we have time for right now. We shall return. And what? Okay, I'm signing off. Final words?
Final words.
Good. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll see you later.